everyone!
Hi!
I am back from Murph and today it's finally time again for a new live stream. So hello everybody and welcome to the real.
Welcome to CNC Kitchen.
To the real CNC Kitchen.
Yeah.
I thought it would finally be time to really make something out of my channel name, so I used the kitchen today as a video studio. Hey Jay, thanks for being here. Hey all the rest. The other dude is Robin. Check him out down in the video description. I'm still waiting for his next video.
Oh, please leave me alone with my next video.
Yeah. Guys, please let me know how audio and video quality is, because this is a new studio and first time today we are using wireless lavalier mics. Just really quiet, so can you maybe turn it up to like -2 dB or something like that? -2? Yeah. Okay. AV is fine. Yeah.
As always, I'm always super excited to be here again, this time in a new location, more or less. For you guys, it's a new location, and for us as streaming. But I think it's a pretty cool background to have with the channel name of CNC Kitchen. So, yeah. And we hope the audio is better, especially when we are doing some stuff here at the table, because we had the mic directly on the table, and now we got two mics. So I think that's gonna be better.
Yeah, hi Dan Bader, hi 𝗘𝘃檔, hi other Robin, hi Dennis, hi Welsh, hi 𝗘𝘃絵cie, 𝗘𝘃曉ποιηsie. Yeah, it's really nice to have you all around here. Yeah, as I already said right in the beginning, I am back from Murph. So just a week ago, I had been in the US, in Goshen, Indiana, and was actually visiting the Midwest Rap Festival, which was actually a blast. It was horribly stressful, but I enjoyed it so much. We're probably gonna talk about my trip in the next, well, maybe 2 hours that we spent right here. Just assembling the printer and take a look at the internals. So nice having you here. I hope you enjoy the time, and I guess we gonna dig right in.
Yeah, as always, I will try to maintain and keep an eye on the chat window while you are talking about magic stuff about 3D printers. And yeah, I think that's that has worked in the past. So
Golden Sgui, yeah, I have also watched his video just yesterday and have seen me, I think, right in the end with some weird face in there. Well, anyway, let's start and crack open the box. So what we have right here is the Artillery 3D Sidewinder X1, or as those guys are now calling themselves, Evnovo. Somehow Artillery 3D or something like that is something root in another language. I haven't found out.
Will the military artillery strike or something?
Maybe something like that. So they have renamed themselves and are now called Evnovo, but you can still find that machine under the name.
It's the exact same machine, just
exactly.
Sold under a different name.
Yeah. Okay. And still, if you look on AliExpress and GearBest, AliExpress and Banggood, it's still called Artillery 3D and in brackets Evnovo. I don't know to which name they are gonna stick in the future, but yeah, I have my machine right here. It arrived, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. I delayed the live stream because I wanted to finish a video right before I went to Murph. And yeah, now it's finally time to crack it open. For everyone who is interested, what is right there in the bag?
It's right behind me.
Yeah, as I have already promised in the last live stream, I will be cooking again today. So the Prusa is sous vide cooking a really nice steak, which we hopefully gonna have later.
I hope so.
Yeah, perfect.
Have you brought your tools in this room? Or like
well,
a knife and all that stuff?
I brought a knife, I brought scissors, I brought my small toolkit. I hope that's gonna be enough, but otherwise I'll need to get up in the office and get some more tools there. All right.
Let's start.
Let's start. So it's a pretty big and heavy box. It says right here on my cheat sheet that the box actually weighs 16.5 kilograms. That's almost 40 pounds in imperial units. The printer itself is kind of a competitor to the CR10S Pro, so also an enclosed electronics box. Under the printer, same print volume, 300 by 300 by 400 millimeters. The thing that stands out with this machine is that it has a direct extruder, and it also has a volcano hot end. I'm quite excited to see how that works out. And the thing I hopefully really like about that machine is that it's supposedly really quiet. I have a CR10S in my office, and I really tend to not run it when I'm in there because it's just too noisy and it disturbs me. Well, yeah. Anyways, if you guys have...
just for the people who don't know, we did this a couple of times with the Prusa back there with the sous vide cooking. I think it's set to 60 degrees in there. It is a piece of meat. Which kind of meat is it? Like
it's, I think, an entrecôte beef steak, Argentinian beef steak. It's vacuum sealed. The water has 55 degrees Celsius for a perfect medium rare steak. The printer is set to 60 degrees Celsius, or the print bed is set to 66 degrees Celsius, which is able to kind of nicely hold the temperature of the water in there.
And the thing is, I think the first time we had the temperature probe directly in the water, but the thing is, the Prusa is thinking that something's wrong because it's heating the bed and it's not heating as fast as it is used to, because the water actually needs more time to heat up than the bed usually does. So it goes into some kind of fail-safe mode,
yeah, exactly.
If I'm correct, because it thinks something's wrong. And that's why we didn't do that, but we are setting a temperature and just monitoring the water temperature.
Yeah.
So it sticks around 55 or 60 degrees.
Yes, exactly. So,
and this is, by the way, something we usually then do at the end of the stream while the printer is printing something. So Stefan is, he's booting up his awesome cooking skills to make some decent food.
There is a reason why the channel is called CNC Kitchen. I really enjoy cooking, and I haven't done any real cooking on the channel so far. So I kind of use this as a gimmick for my live streams. And I think the really nice thing is now, since I'm hooked up with a wireless mic, I can even speak right here at my position, and you guys are still able to understand me.
Please give us some feedback on how, like, the sound of the box, the opening box, is reflected on the microphones. It's just nothing we know, so please give us some feedback.
Kind of the first time I really used these microphones. I have been using them when I recorded the last live stream with Tom in the car, but that wasn't really a comparison for this. Sound is great, that's always nice to hear. Do you guys get actually 1080p? I would be really interested to know that, just to see how, like, my
well, the sound
connection.
The sound seems pretty good. Box noise are not too loud. Yeah, okay. I think.
Okay. Do you actually want to change to the second camera?
Yep.
So, because I have opened...
Oh, I am not seeing the second camera.
Is it?
No, it stalled some...
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry guys, there are some issues. Just let's see. Please excuse...
You want to unplug it and, you know... You want to go ahead and I'll bug fix it?
I Okay. Editor. Cam properties. There you go, I think.
Why is there an activate button in there? Like who would possibly deactivate it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. Still having some technical issues. Yeah.
It's not really going.
It's not going.
Okay, let's just go ahead with the main camera.
Sorry guys.
I could pick up the main camera.
Yeah, we can do that later. I guess we'll just take this right here apart, and I hope that you guys are also able to see that. It's strange because it used to work before. One thing we could probably do is there is actually an extension cord at the camera, and maybe just plug it out and put it back in there and see if that is working again. Yeah, that's a V6 shirt. I finally have some swag thanks to E3D. Whoa. What's your hat?
That's the kitchen in here.
Okay. So this is again not working, guys. Please excuse me.
Let's try this one more time and then... I don't know. It stops again.
As soon as I go out of there. Sorry, guys. Does that work? Oh, come on. Okay, I'm very sorry.
Let's stick to the main camera.
Yeah, let's just stick to the main camera. There's something wrong with my small camera, which this is fine. Sorry, guys. Okay. So what we actually do have in here is a really nice foam packing again, just as well. I used to know it from the Chinese printers that need to be shipped all around the world. Maybe just give me a second. I'll see if I can put the camera just a little bit further up that we are able to see what's in there.
There's a lot of printer in there.
There's a lot of printer in there. Okay.
Yeah, it looks better.
Let's just do it this way. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think Jay's even right. With the size of the printer, the main camera is probably better.
Yeah. Okay. So what is already really interesting to see, I can't show you that right now, but we'll dig into that later. This printer has a full mains voltage heat bed.
That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting, and I'm quite excited to see if it's also scary. Some parts right here, maybe. There, the spool holder, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tools. German 𝗘𝘃曉. That's nice.
It plugs directly into the heat bed.
I hope not, actually.
Yeah, let's see. It just doesn't sound like a good idea to, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you, like, every water heater which you use to make tea or something is directly mains, but yeah. It's nothing. I'm not sure how is it in, like, Germany and other countries with things you assemble your own and which are directly driven by 220. Yeah, it might be okay. I think, yeah.
You're the electrician.
Yeah. Yeah, you want?
No name. Are you streaming from Germany? Yes, we are streaming from good old Germany.
We are streaming from the very south tip of Germany, actually.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful foam packing, to be honest. That's really, really nice. Damn it.
Should I take the box?
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know if there's anything else in there. Nope, I don't think so. Do we have a manual? Ah, yeah, there's a manual.
Okay, you can give me the box.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. I hear a screw in there.
Yeah, yeah. Wow,
Oh, okay.
that's a big unit.
Yeah, that's a really big unit. So as I said previously, the nice thing that I already like about that machine is that all of the enclosure, all of the electronics are enclosed in here, which is totally cool. We have the 220 volt bed, which is great.
I'm sure it heats up pretty rapidly.
It should. They say right here in my cheat sheet, and I know that's nozzle heat up time under 3 minutes. Yeah, we'll see how that works out, and we'll also see how everything is protected. Yeah. Just for you guys, please enjoy that moment.
That's why we usually have the close-up cam. One thing that I'm noticing right now is that the USB and micro SD card slots are facing upwards. So I'm pretty sure you get like, you know, debris of material or something into the card slot and then you're screwed.
Could be, but it's also really nice that it's way better accessible than on other printers. So you don't have to fiddle around somewhere below the printer. On the other hand, if you lose one of your micro SD cards in here...
oh yeah, that's the next thing.
It's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
I think before we unpack the print bed, which is glass, or how it says right here in my cheat sheet, glass ceramic, I think we'll crack open the electronics and take a look on the inside, because I would really like to know how they actually, well, wired the mains, and I would also be interested what mainboard they're using and what drivers they're using. Yeah.
Let's do it. I mean, I think you can't just like flip it upside down and lay it on the bed, so yeah.
Let's see. Eccentric nuts. What are we cooking on the Prusa? The Prusa is cooking a really nice steak, which we hopefully gonna have later.
We do have 56 degrees Celsius on the thermometer in the water, so that's good.
It's a little bit too high, so we want to have a nice medium rare steak. So I just turn the bed down by 2 degrees. Okay, in order to get in here, where did I put my toolkit? There we go.
That's true. When you have a DC 12 volt or 24 volt heat bed, you get much higher currents at the same power rating than if you have 230 volts.
Definitely. Yeah. But, well, the one is gonna burn your house down, the other one is gonna kill you by electrification. Yeah. So, I don't know what's actually better. Simox, what do I think about the JG Aurora A5S? I can't really say something about that printer because I have never owned one. So yeah, please ask other people there. I'm really sorry. is asking if the bed is having an auto bed leveling sensor. Yes, it should have an auto bed leveling sensor.
Could you say that again? I think I didn't hear it.
Sorry for the pronunciation.
Do we see how many guys are watching actually?
Maybe go out of that again and get back in there to see if that just... No.
Oh, did he screw it?
No, not yet. So there's one thing right here. It says
we got 330-ish viewers. Thank you, guys. And thank you for being here. That's a pretty awesome number, actually.
Cool.
3,336. That's even more.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you all being here. One thing I wanted to mention, they don't want you to open the box right here. This probably says something like warranty void if opened. So,
yeah, I guess that's something with some kind maybe of certification in terms of the 230 volts.
Yes,
thing.
Maybe. We will see. I just hope... Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Did I strip that? I really want to open that. Maybe I'll just there it says something with void, right?
Maybe it says you have to use a knife instead.
Yeah.
Just prying it. Yeah, I don't know. What's the plan?
I can actually get a... Damn it.
Do you have some pliers?
Yeah, or we will just bore it open. I really want to take a look.
I mean, it would be good if you had a working printer to test afterwards.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, well, let me try that again, but I think the screw is screwed, more or less. Might be Loctite shut. I don't think so. I just think it's... I think these are self-tapping, like sheet metal screws, and I think this one's just a little tighter. So we'll, you know. You got some pliers and even a drill, so that's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
The only thing with a drill is just that you get, you know, like chips into the electronics.
Yeah. Let's see if that is working. That is not good.
Or you have a crappy screwdriver. Well,
that was close. No, I don't really think so. Well, do they have some tools?
Oh yeah, do you think this tool is better?
The Chinese tool than the other Chinese tool? We'll see.
I think it's gonna be this one.
Give it a try.
Oh yeah, it's
totally busted.
That's not much screw left in there.
Yeah, so we will bore it open just for
the sake of science. Okay.
And in order to avoid the chips, I even have a vacuum.
Oh yeah, you can give me that. Oh wow, thanks for the $5 donation. Thank you, Robin. By
Robin,
the way, you got a very nice name, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry for the sound.
What the hell? Oh yeah, I don't know if...
There's a turbo button actually.
It is?
I think the plus. I know, the plus, the upper one.
Oh, that's 2 buttons? Oh wow. Yeah, you got it almost. Okay. Are you bending it?
Yeah, I'm bending it. Sorry guys.
The noise is not bad, okay? That's good. Oh look, the electronics are on the opposite side, so that's good.
But still...
Why don't you keep drilling?
Yeah, I should probably just keep drilling.
Industrial music, yeah, that's right. Oh wow.
There we go.
I don't think that's one step in the user manual.
That was the anti-temper screw.
This may be the mechanical equivalent to the magic smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's a mechanical engineer, so I'm not worried at all.
You're an electrical engineer, so we should be fine.
So that's not my business.
That's not your business.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really unhappy that we don't have a small camera. But yeah, maybe let's give you guys an overview. It looks pretty interesting in here.
I could operate the main camera.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and see if that works out. That is the nice thing about being here, like not alone. That you have a dedicated.
Do we have autofocus and all that stuff?
Autofocus should be activated. Okay, perfect.
This looks pretty good.
It looks really nice in here. Everything is nicely packed. So we have the stepper motor for the, this is probably for the Y-axis in here. There is a small daughter board right here, which I don't know what it actually does. We have a solid state relay in here. That is probably
for the heat bed, I guess.
For the heat bed, for the 220 volt heat bed.
The wires look pretty slick, pretty small, but that's in terms of the less, you know, current it's drawing.
Yeah. Everything is really nicely crimped in here. I can't complain.
How is it ground? Like the earth?
Yeah, the earth is right here and is going to the earth terminal of the,
which is screwed into the
which
base.
is screwed into the base. And this is actually, let's see, this is a 24 volt 8 amp power supply. All right, then maybe let's get back here to the main board.
So there are two main boards actually. I think this is the one on the left side is probably for drawing the display, and the right side is probably for the G code. That's how it often is when you get two.
So we have an 8-bit controller on here. It's an Atmega 2560. We have removable stepper motor drivers, which is something kind of nice, even though I didn't drag any stepper motors yet so far. But that would actually allow you to, well, remove them and replace them with other ones.
Probably for quieter ones.
Probably for quieter ones, but those guys were saying that they were already using like quiet stepper motor drivers. So I suppose they actually might be trinamic ones. But well, I don't really, I don't know. For the sake of science, let's remove one.
Is it not too tight? Don't strip
no,
the...
it's fine. It says, it's not a trinamic one, it says FS31W0. So if anybody knows what an FS31W0
is,
yeah, please comment in the comments.
Yeah, please leave a comment in the comments. But it looks pretty good actually. The wires are taped to the case, and what I'm seeing from here is this a second method to ground to keep the covering lid like ground.
Okay, but
it seems
everything is powder coated, so I don't think that this is really.
It's probably more or less just as it doesn't touch and vibrate or make
yeah,
any sound.
I also think that it's against like vibrational noise. Yeah, I'm really happy with this in here. No complaints from my side. There is some hot snot on some of the on some of the connectors right here, but everything else.
Right, the only thing I would see, but I'm not sure if this is just in Germany, but they got the neutral is actually normally blue and not red.
Ah, okay.
But I mean, that's nothing, you know, you could complain about, but it's just one thing that I noticed.
Is it, so if I take a look at the plug, we have a blue and red one. So we have blue and black or blue and brown usually.
Yeah, actually, yes. But yeah, okay. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, because, yeah, brown, like they have a blue one here.
Yeah.
They just didn't use two blue. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Yeah, so much to that. Let's just close this up again. Make sure we haven't totally ruined it. But as I said, just for the sake of you guys, that you know what's on the inside, and if you ever get one of these machines, that you don't have to crack them open by yourself just right when you get it and void your warranty, your Chinese warranty, which I don't know if it even exists.
Am I kind of back to the normal view, or?
Yeah, you're fine. I think that's okay. Maybe a little bit more to this side. Yeah, perfect. So the steak is back to 55 degrees Celsius. That is nice.
Looking good.
Very nice. Oh, hey Angus. Nice having you around here.
How are you
Thanks
doing?
for joining.
Shouldn't you be asleep right now? What's the time in Australia?
It's probably pretty late.
Yeah.
Or already tomorrow.
Yeah, it could also be.
So really enjoy having you guys right here. Yeah, maybe getting back to Murph.
Yeah, talk. I'm pretty excited to hear about that. I mean,
Tom from Tom's 3DP, with whom I also do the Melzone podcast, fortunately convinced me to join him on his trip to Murph. I was really hesitant in the beginning because so many people so far away and things like that. But I enjoyed it so much.
have you ever been to the United States before?
I have actually been to the United States a couple of times before for an internship like 10 years ago, and then 2 times for traveling the East and West Coast during the following years, and I always enjoyed it. But this was my first business trip. My first real business trip.
So you met all the interesting guys in the 3D printing YouTube ecosystem? Or?
So many YouTubers were there, which was so nice just meeting them all at once. Unfortunately, Angus wasn't here. I hope you will also be here next year, but it's probably a 24-hour flight for you.
Yeah.
This was something nice, but what I also really enjoyed was just talking to all of the people right there. You are on another continent. You get into that venue and everybody's just, oh, hi Stefan, how are you doing? You're doing really nice stuff, and oh, you felt like a rock star. And I enjoyed it so much because it really makes my time worthwhile. We can talk about that in a second. Let's maybe continue that you guys are not too bored.
If you guys have questions to the printer or to the trip he made, please leave a comment, leave a question. And
Martin, nice having you here. Thank you very much for your landscape. It's up in my office and will be hanging on the wall. Adam, thanks for the donation. Thanks for the $1. Highly appreciate your support. Let's crack open the manual.
So what I'm seeing from here is that we have 2 USB connections actually. There's one here as well. There's one here and one on the other side.
So this one right here is actually the one which was on the main board. So I suppose you can use this one to interface with Octoprint and to flash new firmware. The other side right here was on a daughter board.
Maybe it has some internal...
It was on the display daughter
yeah,
board.
maybe it has some... Because there's the SD card slot also on this board. Maybe it has some internal memory, which you could upload, but doesn't make any sense if you... I don't know.
Maybe, but that's usually the case, that you have the SD card slot also on the same board where the display is, just like with the Prusa and things like these. Yes, let's get to the manual. So the manual itself, over exposure, the manual is nicely printed in color on 2 pages, and we'll just walk through it. Step one, fix the XZ gantry to the base with 4 pieces of M4 by 45 screws as shown in the picture.
So let me get it.
Yeah, you get the gantry, I'll get the screws.
Which is kind of sturdy, but it also has the rollers on the
V-slot extrusions. Yeah. So the design is really similar to a CR10. As I said, the only real difference is that the extruder is different because you have a direct extruder. You have this long nozzle, so the volcano style hot end. And you have a print bed sensor. And they're using nice flat flex cables for the connections.
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, the only 3D printed part is actually the fan shroud, or what seems to be the fan shroud.
Another one, this one right here. So the holder for the trapezoidal nuts. That's also 3D printed. I actually don't have a clue where Artillery 3D is coming from. Somebody said that they're somehow connected to TiVo. I don't really know, so I don't know what their experience with making 3D printers is. But so far, this is kind of a nice machine.
Yeah, I mean, the belt tension is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
But that's probably something which is in the manual, which we have to like configure, set up.
How do we actually do that?
You got the screws? Or are they in here?
Yeah, I'll give you the screws. We'll tilt that and you can screw it in from...
Okay, you got it?
Yep, I got it. Can you just tilt the box?
Yep. Man, this is one heck of a printer.
Yeah, just...
And it's the heat bed is insulated from the bottom, which is also a good thing. Like there's, I don't know, maybe a centimeter of some kind of foam, which is wrapped in foil. Looks good.
You actually tilted it the wrong way around.
Oh, I did? You don't want to screw it into from the bottom?
Nope. Okay. People would be laughing at us if we would do that.
If you would try it.
Okay. That kind of sucks. Can you just maybe put it at a 45-degree angle? Because I think...
This might be a step which is a bit tedious if you are alone.
Yeah.
You got it?
Okay, yeah. Is it biting?
No, not yet.
Ah, wait a second.
Yeah, got
there
it.
You go. Yeah, putting these huge gantries in place is always tedious. This is the thing. This is also one of the things why I really enjoy that Robin is helping me out.
Actually, I'm just here for the sous meat.
Yeah,
but these are actually the things I have to do to get it. So
yeah, you always need to work for something. For your reward. Maybe while doing that, so another interesting thing is that we have 2 stepper motors for the Z-axis, which is nice. We also have a belt on the top to sync them, which is also really nice. I don't know if they are using, well, during the leveling procedure, something special that they get the whole x-axis perpendicular again. I don't know. We'll see that later, probably. Hello to California, Eric. How you doing?
So I guess you have to lift it up a bit, otherwise I won't get the screw in here.
Yeah, I have it, so you can let it go. Did you already use the tool?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody is also is saying like already some of the others using 2 Z-axis stepper motors and having a belt for the synchronization is maybe mechanically not the best solution, but we will see how that work out. Usually those systems are pretty compliant, so you shouldn't get any real binding.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
As said before, this is one heck of a printer. It's huge.
It's, well, yeah, the base is a little bit bigger like a CR10. I like that it's compact.
Yeah.
Because in comparison to the CR10, you don't have this box like next to it.
Yeah, that's something that's always in the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luke is asking, what are the zip ties for? The zip ties are for holding the x-axis into place during shipping. We will be removing them later. They actually sent a spare screw, which is kind of nice. All right, so step 2 is adding the spool holder.
Which is this one right here.
Yeah. So one thing which is interesting, so I have already been assembling quite a couple of Chinese printers. Every printer had filaments delivered with it, which I kind of never used. This one does not have. It's not the best thing for a starter, but since those Chinese filaments are usually of not the best quality, I think it's kind of nice, and it saves me just some. It saves me some waste.
Yeah, and we do have a filament runout sensor right here.
Yep.
Which indeed somebody tried to pry open already with a screwdriver. Seriously, like somebody tried to pry open this sensor.
Interesting. So the spool holder front. Let's see. So let's turn this around. Okay, so this is the proper orientation for that picture. So these right here go to the inside. Yeah, just like this.
You will need one of these hex.
Yes, I will need. That's probably a 4mm one.
Yeah,
the proper one. It's a really interesting looking spool holder. I'm quite excited to see how it's working out.
Confusing. If a belt synchronizes the axis, you can move one axis independent from each other. But that's the goal, actually, that you do not get out of sync with the two trapezoidal lead screws.
Yeah. So you probably need to, well, set this axis right here up perpendicular in the first place. And then...
I think what you could always do is, if you have to synchronize it manually, you could loosen up one of the, how do you call these again?
Like couple, no, how are they called? Pulleys?
Pulleys, yeah.
Pulleys.
The pulleys. You can loosen them up, and I guess it's not keyed or something, so you can turn it around. And once it synchronizes, or it is synchronized, once you level the bed or something, you just tighten it and it should be good. And if one stepper loses a step, does it actually need a second C motor in that case? I don't know. I mean, it's a large unit. I don't. Maybe it just needs the power or something to accelerate or whatever. Because I mean, it's a C-axis. You don't actually need it, right?
Yeah, actually, you shouldn't need a second stepper motor because that's kind of over constraining it. But in terms of power, it's maybe better to have two.
Well, actually, if you have a synchronization belt up there, and one stepper loses a step, you're not saving it, because I don't think the belt is like. It has to lose many steps until the belt catches in.
You are right there. So since there isn't any material delivered with the unit, I will take the spool of Prusa PLA from the Prusa, and we will later be printing the first. No. Later the first print with that one. Okay. So the thing I don't like about that spool holder is that if you have spools with a different width, kind of hard word, you always need to adjust the distance between.
Yeah, so you have to get out your tool and all that stuff. It's not a wing nut or something. It's only, you have to get the tool and you have to, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What's the next step?
I just found something. Electric shock hazard. Never open the electronic space of the printer while it is powered.
Oh.
Before removing the access door, always power down the printer and unplug the AC cord. Burn hazard, fire hazard, pinch hazard, age warning. For users under the age of 18, adult supervision is recommended.
Yeah. And by the way, it says it has 16 kilograms on the data sheet.
Interesting. What's chat doing?
600 watt power consumption. That's a lot.
Angus, do you have an Ender 3 or similar spool holder you can just whack on easier? I don't have an Ender 3, but I'll just print out something like the like on the Prusa in the future. Okay, next step is connect the filament runout sensor as shown below. This is actually a bit, I don't know, stupid. Because the cable is right here in the back and the sensor is in the front.
Did you like mount it the right way around?
I think so. I think so, because the filament has to go down here in the front.
Yeah, it doesn't have to.
I think the filament has to go down here in the front, but the cable is here in the back.
Yeah, 600 watts, is that from the heat bed? Is that for the heat bed? Well, the heat bed is 220 volts, so it's mains. And I mean, if you heat that up with 600 watts, I mean, it's the hot end and the heat bed. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it heats up pretty fast.
Okay. I'll just leave this out. Okay. Then there are more connections which we actually need to make. So we still have to plug in.
Should I take, operate the camera again? Guys, you want to see that in close up or?
Yes. That is okay. So we have the stepper motor down here, which we have to connect. Let's see. Should be going in there this way. Come on.
Yeah, 600 watts is max power consumption.
So the wires down here are actually not the longest, but they just fit. Yeah. So this is okay.
Yeah, I make this side. I don't. What is that actually? Is it that's a limit switch?
Yeah, that's the limit switch for the C-axis, which we probably need to install in the next step.
Which is inductive.
Yep, it is. We need to, I need to have it in the front because we need to...
take it.
Yeah. We need to mount it right here in the front.
Sorry guys, this is something I think you cannot see.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. The second camera is still not working.
Inductive, really? Yes. Seriously. I haven't seen that on a printer this price.
Yeah, usually we have the mechanical switches or sometimes the optical ones. But these are inductive sensors.
Yeah.
Okay. The big question now is, which is the proper height for the sensor?
Okay.
The distance between the sensor top and the base should be approximately 75 millimeters. I don't have a ruler.
Oh, you got the huge. Where are they?
Wait a second. I'll just get a ruler.
Yeah. Well, what I'm seeing right here is, I guess. Oh no, it's not missing. It's just. And look, by the way, if I just turn one C-axis, like trapezoidal thingy, the other one turns as well. So that, I guess the synchronization is just while the printer is offline, maybe, so you don't get out of sync. We still have to connect the flat flex cable.
Yes, I think that's gonna be in another step. Should we actually? Yeah, let's remove. Let's remove the foil, which is on top of the print bed. Enjoy that. It's nice and shiny.
I don't even think people can see that, but
sorry. I don't know why the second camera is not working. Can you see that?
Just remember, we got one screw less than before, so do not try too hard.
Well, the screw we drilled out before was just for holding the cover in place, so I think it's fine.
Anyone knows what controller board is used in this printer? Have you seen the main microcontroller which is on the board? Actually, we got two boards, just to say that again in case people missed it. We got two boards. One is actually driving the display, or as it seems, and the other one is responsible for controlling or driving the steppers.
Yeah.
But we did not see any like genuine or like any, you know.
Somebody was mentioning before that the main board is an MKS 1.4.
Okay, yeah, Andrew is saying MKS Gen L 1.4.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay, yes, it says the heat bed is 220, not watts, but volts. And that is true, at least that's what the label says.
Do you have the small screwdriver?
Nope. Oh, look, we got an USB stick.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to mine Bitcoin with your PC.
No.
And for some reason, we also got an RGB LED.
I think that's for the print head. I've seen something online there.
And some spare, like, how do we build rollers?
Yeah, rollers. If they are wearing out.
Which they might be.
Slash is asking hot end. The hot end is a volcano or volcano style, and the extruder is a Titan style extruder. So it's kind of copied from E3D's design. We'll see how that works out. I really like that they have a direct extruder on this machine.
And I guess we will do a close-up with the main camera once the printer is running.
Yes, exactly.
So that you can see all the parts in detail. If it is running.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Is running. Okay, so it says that the sensor should be 75 millimeters from the base.
Oh, we were hoping for the large.
Yes, yeah, sorry, I don't really get that into play. But the synchronization is working kind of nice.
I was trying it out before as well.
Okay. Ripsteak. Jake from the State Farm. Well, not ripsteak. The steak is actually cooking sous vide on the Prusa Mark 2.5 at perfect 55 degrees Celsius for a medium rare steak, which we are hopefully.
We got a thermometer here and it says exactly 55 degrees.
Yeah.
What are you doing actually?
I'll just get some place that I can.
Are you aiming for 70 millimeters?
No, I'm not aiming. This would actually be too far then.
How long will it take to cook? Yeah. What do you say, Mr. CNC Kitchen?
Well, the steak is probably already done, but if you're doing sous vide cooking, the time doesn't really matter that much. So it has already been sitting in the water for
2 weeks.
No, it has already been sitting in the water for an hour. And since it's not directly in the water, it's vacuum sealed in there. It's
I think
not gonna like overcook.
I think if you put it in there for 2 weeks, you could probably drink it with a straw.
I don't know. I think it just wouldn't taste that good, and it shouldn't really dissolve. Okay, this was not properly held in there.
Are we still following the instructions?
Yes, we are following the instruction. I just installed the end stop. I thought I installed the end stop.
I do see another flat flex cable in here. I'll just plug it in.
Can you already do that? Yeah, that would be nice.
Well, that's not so easy from here.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. 75 millimeters. This is fine.
And this is actually the coarse method of bed leveling. So if you, you know, to tune, if you change a hot end or something.
Yeah.
Hello to Seattle. Thanks for being here.
TiVo clone. I would actually say it is something new. It is kind of a clone of a CR10, but with some really nice changes there. But we'll go back into that later. Okay, so next thing we have to do is connect the Z stepper motors as shown on the picture below.
Which we did.
Did you also connect this one already?
Yes, but we have to connect the flat flex cable, but I think that's the next step.
Yeah. The next step is connect the X carriage. Okay. So it's wrapped around the Z-axis.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can plug that in there. I actually plug
this
it.
is a bit fiddly because it's right next to the stepper motor. Is this? Okay.
I really like the solution with the flat flags. My first 3D printer, the Mendel 90, already used the flat flags, and it is a really nice and neat looking solution. And it's still capable of handling quite some current through it.
Yeah, because it has many wires, and they often use like 4 wires for, you know, transferring high currents. So the thing is, it is taped right here, and you have to seriously like bend it to get it in there.
Okay. Do you actually want to run the other wires over the flat flags?
Yeah, I mean, it's enough space to get it behind, but let me just get it out again.
Hello, Chris. Yeah, doesn't matter if you're too late. We're still working on the machine. Nothing's printing there yet.
The sous vide is still in the pot, so.
And the sous vide is still in the pot. We're gonna have that later, as soon as it is printing.
So we are actually going towards summertime. Are we going to have barbecue some live stream later?
I was already thinking about doing a live stream outside at some point in the future. We'll see. If you guys would enjoy that, let me know. I don't know what my neighbor's gonna say.
I think we are not seeing many downvotes on that. So this is actually not so easy, to be honest.
Okay. Old S Junkie, thank you very much for the $3. You realized that you weren't subscribed yet. Ooh. Thanks for the support. Thanks for joining the CNC Kitchen crew. We all love to have you here. So you're still fiddling around with the flat flags?
Yeah.
I hope there's no debris actually in the thingy.
The connector?
Thing. Yeah, in the connector.
Yeah, I guess the cable is in, yeah.
𝗘𝘃𝐺. Hey to Texas. What time is it actually currently in Texas? You guys are at noon or something like that. Okay, so flat flags is in there. Stepper motor and end stop is connected.
Did you connect the upper end flat flags?
I did. But I didn't connect this. I didn't connect this one. You are right. So
the good thing about flat flags is that it kinda is something like it is wires and a drag chain in one piece.
Yeah. The thing is, they don't really have any strain relief on there, and I don't know if the flat flags is actually made for like being bent all the time. So we'll see.
I guess if you like unbox, or not unbox, but if you disassemble a printer or a scanner or something, they always use flat flags.
Yeah, you're right there. But I don't know if they're using like dedicated strain relief to get the strain away from the connector.
I don't know. I don't think so, because it's not so much strain. It's such a light cable.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So the next step is to actually tighten. An interesting sound. To actually tighten the rollers, because as you can see right here, this is still wobbling around quite a bit. The bed is totally fine, so no worries there.
Do you see bare wires in there?
No, it's not bare wires. It's actually the glue which they use to glue the silicone heat mat to the glass bed. I still don't really know what I think about a heat bed that is using like mains.
Well,
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you cannot see that right now. We'll show it later in the close-up. The wires going to the heat bed are actually not strain relieved at all. So they are gonna be flexing all the time right below the heated bed. So that's always a problem if you don't have the proper silicone wires, which are heat resistant. Then you will damage them, and you may expose mains, right there on the wires. Is that sous vide cooking in the prusa in the background? Yes, it is, and we will see that later on when Stefan is going to take it out of there. And how do you call the process? With
searing.
Yeah,
we're gonna sear the steak later.
So probably we got a 220 volt heat bed and a 600 watt 3D printer. Maybe we can do that on the heat bed here.
I don't actually know how far you can go up with this bed right here. I suppose it's also only going to like 100 degrees Celsius or something like that.
Tamim is saying the bed goes up to 110 in 5 minutes.
That's pretty nice.
You don't want to touch that. So we do have a glass bed. That means we have to get some magic glue or whatever to get the prints sticking, or what do you think?
So if you have a clean glass bed, prints are usually sticking pretty well on the glass bed. But anyways, I suppose I'll add something in a bit just to be safe for the first print. The thing is, like, tightening the eccentric nut down here is kind of a little bit tedious. It's not properly.
Do you got 3 eccentric nuts?
No, it's actually just 1 eccentric nut.
That's always a problem with this kind of gantry system, with the V-groove extrusions and the pulleys. Guys, could you please help us out? We are not seeing how many people are watching. Would be great to know. And yeah, this old Tony t-shirt, I got the notification actually once he first released the t-shirts. Or he made a YouTube video and I had notifications on, and I ordered it. I think 1 minute later I had 3 t-shirts ordered. So,
but I have only seen you wearing this one so far.
Yeah, I got a black one also.
Ah, okay.
And I think I got this one twice. So yeah, we got 390 people.
Cool.
Thanks for watching. That's awesome.
And also, if you enjoy the live stream, please leave a like. It really helps out.
Are you sure? I mean, the place is getting worse and not better.
Yeah, I don't really know if I'm just too stupid to tighten the nut, but somehow this is still wobbling around. Oh, and this is already quite bent.
Oh yeah, that's one genuine brand.
What is it? It used to be, I think, a 10mm one.
Okay.
The question is if I get some proper tools, and we probably open that right here in the front. That sucks.
Do you need to get some tools?
Yeah, I'll probably get a proper 10mm, how do you call it, spanner? Spanner? I think it's spanner.
I don't
Wrench?
know. I don't know. How do you call that, actually? How do you call this kind of tool? I mean, not this tool, but a decent one. Because this is like, I don't know how you call that metal. It's sheet metal, 1mm or something. Which you can, I don't know, it's pretty soft. A wrench, yeah, is it a wrench? I thought a wrench is just, you know, the one where you could set the direct. Is it a wrench? I thought the wrench is just called when you can change the direction with the nuts, you know?
That's monkey wrench. You mean, okay, you mean, how do you say in German? Eine Ratsche. Okay.
It's called shit. Yeah, it's probably true.
This is working way better.
It's a ratchet, yeah. Well, he got one.
I got a spanner. There we go.
Oh, it looks better.
Yeah. No wiggling anymore.
Well, how about the belt tension? Because I just touched one belt before and it was seriously loose.
Yeah, so...
Oh wow, thanks for the
Thanks for the frenzy. Thanks for the $5.
Love the quality and detail of your content.
Thank you very much.
That's cool.
I really highly appreciate if you guys are enjoying what I do, because I spend a lot of time on these things, and also something which might be something new for a couple of you. Like, starting this week, I'm actually a part-time YouTuber.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
I finally am a part-time YouTuber. I don't know if I should be proud of that.
Oh, you can be proud of that. You hit 80,000 subscribers. I mean, that's...
Well, the last 2 weeks were so
serious.
Crazy.
Just by the way, the debris you lost on the heat bed is probably from the wrench and not from the printer.
Yeah, we're gonna clean that up later. So the glass is beautiful. The black glass is really, really beautiful. So guys, what I'm doing right now, I'll just be tightening the belt on the x-axis a little bit, because, well, it felt a little bit loose.
I mean, that's something you should probably always do when receiving a new printer, is like check the screws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rely on them, you know, assembling it just perfect straight away.
Okay, that feels fine. Tips. I think for the wheels, just the middle worst and then the others. I think we are done. Step 8, step 8, step 8. Step 9 is now you can connect the power and turn on the machine.
We still do have an RGB LED, which we didn't put on somewhere, so we are not done actually.
There is an RGB LED installed.
Also, it's a spare one already. It's a spare one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would really like to show you guys how the extruder looks like. Maybe let's crack the cover open and maybe you can get the camera in there so that we can take a look at it and in order to see how the extruder itself looks like and also the hot end looks like. Sorry for the short delay, but I think this is kind of interesting for
what about the loose screw in the box? Yeah, that's a good question. Let me check that. But I think it was just some foam.
Some foam rattling around. Oh, there we are. Okay, guys. Could you maybe handle the camera for a second?
Yeah, there's no screw in there. It was just a piece of cardboard.
And you can actually use the zoom to get a close-up.
Okay. What do you want to show?
Just the extruder assembly. So one thing which is pretty nice is that we have a pancake stepper right here that helps to reduce the weight on the x-axis. That's better for accelerations and also reduces the amount of ghosting you will see on your prints. This right here is a Titan style extruder, which has a gear ratio from, I don't know what they are actually using, but quite high. This is also the reason why you can, where you actually get away with such a small stepper in here, because this one is just like rotating faster instead of the bigger ones. So it has less torque, but faster. So same amount of energy.
Why should you do it, you know, another way around?
Because steppers get really bad at high, or the power of steppers get really bad at high RPM. So this right here is a plastic gear. This
is honestly a bit disappointing, don't you think?
I don't think this is actually metal. This is pressed in here. So I don't think that this is also plastic. I'm quite sure there. This would be a bummer. Yeah. To be honest. The hot end is cooled by this little fan right here on the side. The radial fan here in the front is used to cool your prints. Let's turn this around once again. What you can see down here, like down here, this is the Titan, or sorry, the Volcano hot end. The Volcano hot end means that it is like double or 3 times the length of a normal hot end and helps you, especially with high flow rates, to get all of the material melted. But
so you get a longer distance for more time for the material to get melted.
Exactly, the melt zone is longer. But that also increases like droop and zits and things like these. So I don't know if it was really the best idea to put this hot end on the printer. If you tune it properly, it should still be fine. Okay, yeah, otherwise it looks fine.
So what do you think? Could you try like just put on a genuine like E3 hot end on there without having a too large project, or?
You should actually be able, since they're using a Titan style extruder, to just use a normal V6 hot end on there. The length could be an issue, so I'm not 100% sure if that works out. Speaking of bed leveling, I don't see a bed leveling sensor on here, to be honest.
Should it be capable of bed leveling?
I think I read something.
Maybe just an assistant or something, you know? Not actively.
Bed leveling, it says manual right here on my cheat sheet. Okay, so no automatic bed leveling on this machine. Okay. So far so good. Let's just
go back to the normal view.
Yeah, let's assemble everything again, and then we will turn it on and see if we have actually damaged it while taking a look at the electronics. I hope not.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So far, I'm actually quite happy with the printer. The mechanical and electrical design looked really nice. Nothing to say there. Let's also see how. Yeah.
The only thing I actually do like about 3D printers is when they do not have the bed carriage in the middle, but one left and one to the right.
Yeah.
It's just a bit more sturdy, yeah. Especially when you have such a large bed. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Manual bed leveling, not in 2019. Well, actually, I have a printer right now, which we leveled once, and I never had to re-level it again. So I don't know. Is it a big deal to not have all leveling?
So if the glass is flat, I'm also not a huge fan of automatic bed leveling.
Yeah, it also does have a glass bed. I mean, I think one thing is if you change the nozzle very often, like, you know.
And this thing is like
dead,
like really flat. Yeah, I can't complain there.
Okay. So as we said before, the bed is actually insulated from the bottom, heat insulated, which I think will be pretty good, especially in this size, to maintain the heat.
Okay, so I'll plug it in and then we give it a go.
Yeah. And we hope. Are we hoping for magic smoke or not?
Well, I'm hoping for not getting electrocuted.
I mean, the thing is, however this printer is performing, the sous vide is gonna be good.
Well, you don't know that yet.
Yeah, I don't know that yet, but I know you, and I know the channel is named CNC Kitchen, so I'm pretty confident.
Yeah. All right, and let's put. Oh,
okay. No smoke. I got something on the display. Oh. Is it a touch screen? It has to be.
A touch screen. It's quite dirty already.
I guess I will go to the camera again to show the menu.
Oh, no files found.
What do you think?
Yeah, maybe let's just take a look at the manual, what it says. Now you can connect the power, heat the nozzle and the bed, because we want to heat the nozzle and the bed in order to level the bed. And then we can proceed with with the steps and start the print. Thanks Thijs for the donation. So how do we?
And what I liked about what was the last one? Anycubic i3 Mega, or how was it? I something?
Mega S.
Mega S. And they actually printed some sheet onto paper which has the exact size that you should level. So you could take it directly to level the printer, which was good.
Where do I heat? Okay. We want the extruder at...
we got feedback from Artillery 3D here. Also, the CN stop should be on the outer slot of the extrusion.
Yep. Sorry. On the outer slot of the extrusion.
Oh, which is... Look, this one here. I think it has to go one slot to the other. So, thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, you're totally right there. That prevents us maybe crashing into...
Yep, what is the difference actually in...
I actually don't know, because
it still doesn't hit the... Yeah. Oh, maybe he does mean like this one.
No.
No, okay.
Shouldn't go there.
The most important test is if we can get sous vide on it.
So the thing is, on the one picture, it shows that the sensor is on the left and the And on the other picture, it shows the sensor being on the right.
I think that's
that's why I mixed it up. So let's go all the way up to 75.
Guten Tag to Texas. Great to have you here.
All right, so the hot end is already at 210 degrees Celsius. I just need to figure out how I turn on the bed. Bed, there we go. So bed is 60 degrees Celsius, and let's see how fast it heats.
Do you have to confirm something or no?
No, it's already heating up. 28.
Do you have one of these like heat guns thing measurement?
Yeah, but that's not really working on glass, I think.
What we also got is one of these strips. That's to that's to cover the belt. Yeah. So this is actually the arsenal you get as spare parts, I guess. Actually, it's the most used word on this stream. That's actually true.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know. I'll try to reduce the amount of actually I say. So we are already at 52 degrees Celsius.
We have to level the bed. You're heating up before. Yeah, okay.
Maybe let's change the camera angle again before we are heating. Before we are. Before we are leveling the bed.
You want to put it down a bit, or?
Yeah. Well, probably. So sorry, guys. Somehow my second camera is not working today, so we have to work with the main camera. Okay, so the heat bed is warm, I guess. The hot end should be at 210 degrees Celsius, so we can go to the leveling procedure. Probably let's home the printer first. Home. Okay.
Oh, that's quiet.
Oh, that's really quiet.
That's seriously quiet.
Oh,
wow.
You can't hear it. Oh, that's really nice. The C-axis is a little bit louder, but I think that's due to the vibration.
And the speed, it will never travel that speed while printing.
Perfect. Okay.
But so this is seriously quiet.
That's seriously quiet. The noisiest thing is the fan, which is down here.
Yeah, that's the thing with having like small fans.
Yeah.
The small fans are always pretty loud.
Okay, let's level the bed and go to the first corner. Okay. It does. Okay.
So I don't know, but if you hear a machine like that with that quiet, it always sounds very high quality, like, you know.
Yeah, it's something really nice, which
we haven't
3D
heard.
Printers are getting towards currently, that they're just getting quieter, they're easier to use in the office. The only fan which is still annoying is this one, but the stepper motors are really, really quiet there, so nothing of this loud noise. Okay, second. And what I also really like is that they are using quite fast movement speeds, because I sometimes really have the impression that the default speeds are so slow and it just takes so much time. The leveling is a bit tedious, to be honest. It's kind of hard.
But I mean, you are in an awkward position right now.
Position.
You could actually put the printer towards you a bit more.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Next to the mains wires. I'm kind of scared.
Let me just back up a bit. It's a bit scary with the 220 volt heat bed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably safe, and you know, but
I don't know if we still need to get used to that fact, but yeah.
I love how quiet it is. Seriously.
Tom, thanks for being around. And the fourth corner is also really nice. So even though it's tedious leveling the corners manually, I'm still quite a huge fan of manual bed leveling if you have a flat bed, just because you don't rely on software to like make your bed flatter.
Yeah,
flatter.
to compensate for.
Yeah, to compensate for that. Make it right in the first place, and then you don't really have to bother with that. Okay, that looks good.
So are you going, you know, around the corners all the time until you are like happy with the result?
Yeah, you usually go around twice, but since we didn't adjust that much at the moment, going around like 1.5 times should be okay. All right, so the bed is level. Let's see, is there something in the chat? No. If you guys have any questions and I didn't get to them in the chat, just like repost them. Sorry. One last thing is that we can change the color of the RGB LED.
That's probably the most important feature.
That's one of the most important features. Where can I change them? Ah, that's really nice. So the RGB LED is used for letting you know how hot the heat bed and the hot end is.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool. Tools. Oh, is it tools? More. Okay. White, red, green, blue. Let's put glue. Let's put blue there because I think that's matching the color of the printer quite nicely. I think that's basically it. So the thing we need to do now is just to slice the model and to start printing it out. I probably won't be using
the Bitcoin miner.
The Bitcoin miner there.
You want to sit here to slice?
Yes, maybe let's change places for a second. So the steak is still good, 55 degrees Celsius on the bed. I have another USB stick.
So this is something I just don't get, that they turn on the fan even though there's cold air coming out of there. So it's totally unnecessary to, you know, start the fan.
Logitech, yeah, thanks for letting me know. As I said, this is a new audio setup. I just don't know how much noise we'll have in the back if I disable the audio gate. But
why would you disable it?
Because it's kind of weird if everything turns totally silent.
Okay, okay.
But
it's some kind of auto gain issue.
I'll leave that in there. Don, thanks for the 10 bucks.
Awesome.
Okay. Eric, profile for Simplify 3D. I don't think that there is already a profile for...
Well, we have a Slick 3R slicer profile on the USB stick.
Is there?
Yeah, Artillery 3D just said that.
Okay.
Which software do you want to slice with?
I am not that happy at the moment to put that stick into my main PC. We'll probably just use Cura. I think we'll be fine there.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have a Windows machine, they are so prone to any kind of malicious software that you have to, you know.
That's what the Mac guy says.
Yeah, never had a problem.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, I think it's not really necessary to use the Slick 3R profile for a start. I'll just start with a Cura profile, so just for a tier CR10S, with the only difference that I will reduce the amount of retraction since we have a direct extruder right here.
Are we sharing the screen or no?
I think we're sharing the screen. Do we?
Oh, it's making an update. Ah, that's good.
Yeah, we're sharing the screen. Okay, so I am in Cura. I will go to my downloads. Just for the sake of time, let's just start with a normal Benchy.
Look how small it is on that huge build volume.
Yeah, it really is. Let's use normal printing speed. Let's get the retraction down to like 1.5 millimeters. That should be fine. 200 degrees on the nozzle, 60 degrees on the bed, 100% flow. Perfect.
Do we have to?
Well, we have to still add the filament there. That's done in full. Okay. Save to the removable drive.
So can we plug in a USB stick right here instead of this SD card?
Yeah,
I think that's the deal.
We should actually be able to plug one in. That's what I think. Marvin. Okay, so we need to load the filament. Let's go into tools. Let it go through the filament runout sensor.
Yeah.
Do we need to like?
Yeah, we need to cut it once.
There are scissors right here.
Oh yeah, that's the mechanical engineer cutting with the scissor.
There aren't any snippers delivered with this printer. I think that's actually a first. Bend it a little bit straight. That usually helps. Just like this. Yeah. Okay. Get it in there.
What was your first 3D printer?
What was my first 3D printer? My first 3D printer was a Mendel 90 I bought from the one infamous Knobhead. Knobhead, Chris, I don't know his last name, but he is one of the big guys in 3D printing from a couple of years ago. He unfortunately doesn't sell them anymore, but it was a really good printer. I don't use it anymore.
Do you still have it?
I still have it in the basement, and I don't really want to give it away or something like that because there are lots of memories connected to that printer. Yeah, just maybe plug in the US. Oh no, I still have the USB drive.
Chris Palmer is the name, I guess.
Chris Palmer, yeah. Chris Palmer. Okay. No files found. Check the file system configuration.
So are you sure you can use the USB stick for that? Is it like FAT formatted?
I don't think that we have. Otherwise, we'll use this one.
Uh-oh.
Becoming a Bitcoin miner.
In 3, 2, 1.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this USB drive doesn't seem to be working. So
yeah, this old Tony T-shirt. Yeah, that's what I thought when I bought it.
Slick 3R. Let's see. I'll just copy the files once again to the USB drive. I don't know if they actually want me to rename the files to like GCO.
What's that? Seriously? So we don't have any instructions on that?
Well, the guys from Artillery were saying that we should actually use the profile in Slick 3R. Ah, no, now it's going. Okay. So I have selected it. It's going 200 degrees on a nozzle, 60 degrees on the bed, no fan yet. It should be starting.
Well, why is the hot end fan not running?
You're right.
Shouldn't it be running?
You are totally fine. Fine, right.
Maybe this is the flat flex cable. You know, if you don't get it in there perfectly,
yeah,
some pins might not have contact. I don't think this is normal that it's not running. It's free.
Okay.
This is seriously quiet.
Oh, it's so quiet. So
but we have to check the wires.
Yeah. So one thing is, which we just noticed, that the let's maybe rotate the camera a little, that the other guys can see what's going on there.
It's normal. Well, I don't know.
It's normal.
I don't think so. Yes, check the cable. Yeah, let me check the cable. I think it's the one down here because I had trouble getting it in.
If you remove it all the way?
No, I won't remove it. I'll just...
It's always a good thing using a couple of scissors to get a cut.
He said something about you didn't unlock it first. Oh yeah, seriously.
It's spinning now?
No, it's not spinning, but there is an unlock mechanism. But not at the bottom, just at the top. And I think the top cable is in there. Yeah, it's not running. I don't think that's good. I believe the bottom connection is just fine.
So the front fan is working. It's also really nice and quiet, but the thing is the hot end cooling fan is not working. And this could probably cause problems in a couple of minutes when the filament is getting too warm. And I don't really know why this is happening.
I guess one of the flat flex cables is not in there perfectly. Let me just insulate.
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, I think we'll have to stop the print for a second.
The part came loose.
One part came loose, but that was, I think, my bad. Since I didn't properly clean the print bed before we started. Okay, so the issue we are having right now is that the hot end cooling fan is not working, and it's getting pretty warm. The other possibility we could have is that one of the that the connector right here is not properly plugged in.
The cable down there is in perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah, let's check this one. Because it has a release mechanism right here.
Yeah. Okay, sorry guys for the delay, but
I think that's nothing the printer, like it's not the printer's fault, I guess.
Okay. Where is it actually plugged in? It's plugged in down. Yeah, we should really take care that we don't burn our fingers. Can you maybe just switch the printer off?
I guess we will not get any heat creep more than with a non-running fan?
Nope.
Okay. So what does the cable? There's, I don't know, there's also no release mechanism on there.
Yeah, I unplugged that. I just want to check if...
Epic fail. Thanks for the $5. Yeah, I mean, that's why you are here, right? To see something like that.
Okay, so this is the front. That one is plugged in properly. The other
it
one.
is plugged in. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's right here. It's this one.
Yeah. Should I maybe get a multimeter that we can check if the fan is bad or if there's something wrong with the connection?
If you got it on hand.
Yeah.
Shut the power off. We did that. The power is shut off. I just turned it on again because there was a feature to turn on the fan. Maybe let's see what happens.
Probably for the
yeah,
part cooling fan.
Probably yes.
The hot end fan should be running all of the time.
So let's see. Fan. I'll just crank up the fan speed. Nothing is running. Oh yeah, it's just the front fan, that's the problem. Yeah, it's just the front fan.
Yeah. Okay, I suppose the fan should be running now.
So it is, if you go
the one in the middle.
Yes, it's the one in the middle.
Okay, so we should have 24 volts on this one. 1, 2.
Let's check for 230.
No.
Nothing?
Nothing
should I turn on tools, heat? It still has 110 degrees, it should be on. I guess.
Can you turn on the front fan just to check?
Yep. Oh, it has Wi-Fi. Fan.
It has Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I saw a setting.
Wait. Yeah, we have 24 volts right here.
Oh, 24?
Yeah, it's a 24 volt system. But we have nothing at the part cooling fan, so the problem is not right here. Well,
let's just turn it off again, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's just re-plug all the... That's the thing, you know, we said it before, if you get debris or something in there, in this flat flex connector, you're in trouble. Connected to your home network, yeah, that's
something.
I can do that while Stefan is like playing around with the virus back there.
Yeah, the flat flex is a bit fiddly, to be honest.
Yep. Okay. You have to take care that you don't like bend it too often.
Yeah, I know. So yours is in there?
Yeah. Can you put that in continuity mode? Does it have continuity mode?
Yes, it does.
Okay, let's check.
But yeah, put it into continuity and then 2 times on select or once.
Okay. So it has 2 transport. It doesn't make it all the way to here. Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, guys, so this, I guess, is like unnormal debugging.
Come on.
So it is, okay. We do have continuity.
So this cable is plugged in properly.
Okay, yeah. So maybe let's just try it again.
Let's try it again, otherwise we'll crack it open again and see if there's something wrong down there.
Okay.
Turn it on.
It's turning.
It's turning?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a problem with the flat flex.
After the first batch of machines, this is something from artillery, after the first batch of machines reached some of our reviewers' hand, we realized that there's some problem with them. We have taken action immediately. So all the later machines were shipped. We have already fixed those problems. What exactly did you change? Because I mean, the flat flex cable in the bottom, I guess that was the bottleneck right here. And yeah. But good. Okay, it's running. I guess we are starting the same file again. You want to change something?
But before we start, let's put some magic glue on the print plate.
Okay, so we we fixed the problem, which is just a general problem you have with flat flex cables. It's nothing related to this unit as such. It is just a problem with flat flex. It's not like a regular connector. You have to get it in there real straight all the way. Otherwise, you won't have contact.
475 viewers. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is
we never had that much.
No. 250 was top sometimes.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you very much for hanging in with us. We have just fixed the problem with the hot and cooling fan, which was not running. So I have added some magic goo on the print platform, and we will continue or start a new print.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry guys for the camera angle, but somehow my second camera is not working. I don't know why. Confirm.
Have a locking mechanism. Some of them have a locking mechanism. I guess, as far as I can tell, the ones that were pre-installed have the locking mechanism, and the ones we had to install while assembling the printer did not have a locking mechanism.
So one thing you can currently see, I don't know how it is really working out, but there is an LED down here, and this LED should actually indicate the temperature of the hot end and the temperature of the print plate.
I can see that.
So, and also another thing, I don't know if you can read this right here. This is a 220 volt heated bed. So this runs on mains and should heat up quite fast. But it still scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's done properly, that's totally fine.
Do you actually have one of these power wall meters where you can see the power consumption of the device?
Yes, I do, somewhere in the basement.
Okay.
I currently don't know where it actually is. I suppose it has quite some power.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it says 600 watts, so... All right. Are we preheating already?
Yeah, we are already preheating. We are at 200 degrees Celsius, so the heating is really, really fast. One reason is because we have a mains voltage printing bed. The other reason is that this is a 24 volt system. And this is also cooling down now. Yeah, that's now really, really nice. I don't really understand why they put on this heatsink right here in this orientation.
It's
well, anyway.
So quiet. Every time it starts running, it's seriously quiet.
So the stepper noises from the printer are, well, you can't hear them. The only thing that is still a little bit annoying is the fan from the electronics box.
Yep.
But it's totally bearable. So I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but we can talk very comfortably without any issues.
Absolutely. And there's no rattling. It's not just the stepper drivers and all that stuff. There's just, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really
such
nice.
a difference.
Yeah. So 3D Gazner was asking which steppers are built in. So these are normal NEMA 17 standard size stepper motors. The stepper drivers are of a brand I don't know. I have been like reading out the imprint which was on the packages before. So you can maybe just scroll back a little bit when we had the electronics box open. Those don't seem to be trinamic drivers, or at least genuine trinamic drivers. But even though they are not trinamic drivers, this thing is silent. It's completely different in comparison.
AT2100 stepper drivers, a variant of TMC drive. But
cool.
Are they variants?
Genuine?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's something right now I'm considering to buy for my 3D printer, is a new set of stepper drivers, because that's insanely quiet.
Yeah.
Put the extruder case.
Yeah.
Does it have any like?
I think
position?
this is just for optics. I'll put it back on there later, but I just thought we'll start the print right now.
Can you give me the glass of water, please?
Yes, sorry. Thanks. Are you already running dry?
Yeah, almost.
Maybe let's clean up the table and
cook something.
and
about
cook
that?
something. Yeah.
That's what we all came for today.
Yeah. So I think this print is actually not going too long. The printer is really fast.
What's the print speed?
Well, the print speed is, I think I set it to 60 millimeters a second, and just taking a look at that, it's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, thanks 3D_Gastner. I will take that into account. I seriously have to upgrade to some different stepper drivers. But also, the thing is, these fans on the extruder side of the printer are seriously quiet. I don't even hear them. I hear this fan right here. It's crazy. And some Noctuas, yeah. I just bought a new PC actually, and I put in Noctua CPU fans, and they are also pretty quiet.
You finally bought a new
PC? Yes, I did, yeah.
Which is also capable of gaming?
Yes, it is. And PUBG is running just fine.
So how many chicken dinners did you already?
Do we have some PUBG fans right here in the chat?
Okay. This is nice.
So quiet fans. Maybe they are not working. We had that problem before, but we fixed it. They are both running. We do have the part fan which is running, and we do have the extruder fan which is also running. I played on iPad. Yeah, I mean, I tried it on my iPhone, and I thought this is one heck of a serious game for a mobile platform. It has the same map and all that stuff. It doesn't lack any loot feature or something. It's the same game, just scaled down. It's I don't know. It's crazy. So close to 500 viewers. That's awesome.
So sorry guys. So we will start cooking now.
By the way, this main camera view is ages better than the Logitech webcam we had last year.
Yeah, but still, I kind of miss having a second camera angle.
I could actually bring my camera next time as a second camera.
Well, I have a second camera. I need to have a second capture card.
Do you have Thunderbolt? I would have a card for that.
Yeah, you told me. You actually have a red?
I do have a Blackmagic.
A Blackmagic
capture card.
Let's put this in.
Oh yeah. Let me sit here, so you can do. We don't have a close-up from the Prusa.
Okay, guys. So while this is printing, and I think this will be done quite soon, actually, I will be cooking the steak, which was sous vide cooking on the Prusa for the last 1.5 hours. So this is something which is really serious. I actually just put a piece of real nice entrecôte steak into a vacuum seal bag.
Well, we should have shown that.
That doesn't look too nice at the moment, so I thought I'll leave that out of the picture.
Thomas, yeah, the Blackmagic card are awesome. I had a great experience with my card. Unfortunately, my old MacBook, my oldish MacBook, didn't really capture and stream and do all that stuff at the same time. So I haven't had any chance to use the card since then. But I actually like the Blackmagic gear in general. Somebody was asking if the printer is capable of other types of hot ends, and I think we were talking about that before. And
yeah, I think it is. It might be an issue just slamming a normal V6 hot end on there. That might interact with like the linear rails, but with some minor modification, this should actually be possible. So this printer actually uses this.
Was a dangerous sound right there?
Yeah, it's printing really fast. Maybe I should have turned down the speed a little bit. Yeah, I'll reduce the printing speed a little because it's actually way too fast.
What did you set up?
Well, I put it on 60 millimeters a second, but this seems to be a little bit too fast. Now it looks better. Yeah, back to the main topic. So
should I bring the camera over there?
well, in a second. I'm preparing everything. So the steak was pre-cooked on the Prusa, 55 degrees Celsius in the water. It should be actually should be perfectly medium rare. And now the last thing we need to do is sear it, and I will be doing that with one of these Bunsen burners.
Live on stage.
Live on stage. So we have fire.
And by the way, guys, I said that before, but this is the actual reason that I'm here today. So
welcome to the CNC kitchen.
the printer is just like 20 centimeters next to it, but it's perfect.
Turn it over. $500 viewers. Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
That must definitely be the steak we're currently cooking.
Yeah.
How does the Marvin actually look?
So far so good, I guess. I get a bit stringy, I think.
Yeah, I think I just the settings were not perfect, but anyways.
I mean, that's something you have to tune in for every printer.
Yeah. So yeah, Artillery 3D is also in the chat, and they said that they provide a profile for Slick 3R with the machine. I haven't used that actually. I used a standard CR10 profile with just reduced retractions.
Oh, and by the way, there is actually a shroud covering all the hot end business stuff, which is right here. We just had to take it off. In case you missed it, we had to take it off to fix a flat flex cable issue, which was preventing the fan from running, but that's solved, but we forgot to put the cover back on.
Yes. And now all vegans and vegetarians, please look away. But we have to...
This looks perfect as always.
It always is perfect. There is a reason why this is called CNC Kitchen. All right. Let's see how that looks like. Oh.
This looks good. This looks really good.
No, this is not a cooking channel you're currently watching, but we somehow have to kill the time until the print is finished.
Oh yeah, and it's really fast.
It's really fast.
Do we have any progress indicator on the display? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I think we do. I just switched to another screen. Maybe get the cameras in place. Oh, look at that. So, perfect steak cooked on a 3D printer. You probably don't see that anywhere else.
I guess not.
Thanks, guys. So, Joe, the 3D Maker Noob, is live now. Say hello to him if you're joining him later. I guess some people might be leaving now. Yeah.
So let's try this. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for helping me out.
It's perfect as always. Oh my god.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
if you liked the video so far, we would be happy for a thumbs up on the video.
Yeah, that would be really, really nice. Thanks to everyone. 50 people don't like steak. Guys, what is your suggestion for steel nozzle over brass? To be honest, so let's start it that way. If you are thinking about using a stainless steel nozzle, don't. Stainless steel nozzles are crap, and they only really make sense if you want to do something which should be food safe. Hardened steel nozzles are something which is really worthwhile taking a look at. I usually only print with hardened steel nozzles on my Prusa, just because I switch materials that often, and sometimes I do work with abrasive materials. And for this, the hardened steel nozzle just works great. And last week, I also got my first Nozzle X from E3D, thanks there. Have been printing with that nozzle for a couple of days now, and it's working so great. So the Nozzle X is also a hardened steel nozzle with a special nickel coating and then another additional boron or something like that coating for making it a little bit more slippier, and that the plastic doesn't stick to the nozzle. And so far, great nozzle. I think I will just be leaving that in my printer and using that for all materials and all of my prints. Not really had any issues with any steel nozzle so far.
How about the carbide nozzles? Have you ever tried one of these?
I never had a...
I saw the video from Thomas from the MRRF festival, and he was talking about the hot end. I don't recall the name, but they had carbide.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, they had carbide nozzles, but never tried them.
I have a real tungsten, so not tungsten carbide, but a tungsten nozzle, which I backed on Kickstarter quite a while ago. I was never really happy with the results, but that was due to that the design of the nozzle just wasn't perfect.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this company is not around anymore, so I don't know if they really changed. So I don't really know if there was like a design iteration there.
I'm still absolutely stunned how quiet this machine is.
The printer is so nice and quiet. 3D Gasno, DDD material. Yes, you are right. Roderick, what's your take on generative design in CAD programs? If you know what you are using generative design for, it is a very good tool to get you an idea how your design might look like. If you know what all of your load cases are, but just using a generative design tool, creating a bionic design and then printing that out is crap, in my opinion. You still need to use like proper design knowledge to use the result from generative design optimization and then put that into a real design.
So you actually just use it as a base and then work your way around it?
I use it like a blueprint.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's so good.
So we are almost done.
Dan is asking what temperature I use for my Nozzle X. So for my Nozzle X, I use the same temperatures as I did before with my hardened steel nozzle. I usually print all of my materials more on the hot side. So for PLA, for example, I usually go to 210 to 220 degrees Celsius. And so far, I didn't really have any issues. So I would start with the normal temperatures if you're usually not just printing at 190 degrees or something like that. Yeah, otherwise I'm totally satisfied with the results so far.
I just bought a PLA material which has 210 degrees recommended temperature.
And we are almost done.
We are done.
It's homing into the wrong direction. Gundula, macht's gut, Jungs, schöner Stream. Yeah, thanks for being here, actually. Okay, maybe let's just wait for a couple of seconds until the print platform has cooled down a little, and then we will remove the print, take a look at the results, which already look really nice, even though it was printed quite fast. Then get a verdict on the printer, and then we are done, I guess. Sorry guys for still eating a little bit, but yeah. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know. You have an A8 for a year and it didn't burn down your house so far? Sorry. If you are only running normal PLA, a normal brass nozzle could last quite a while for you. But in my, well, I usually change materials quite often, and even some PLAs have fillers on the inside which make your nozzle wear out. So the hardened steel nozzle is just the one for all nozzle for me. I didn't use one of the Ruby nozzles so far, but I had I heard mixed reviews about the printing results. Do you think carbon-filled materials are worth the bother?
Isn't the problem that the fibers are like cut and not in one piece anymore?
Yes, exactly. So for carbon fiber-filled materials, the carbon fibers are very short and they orient in the printing direction, which makes the material really strong in your printing direction. So if you load it in the XY plane, but as soon as you load it like perpendicular to your printing direction, so in the Z direction, it is still the same weak material as it used to be before. So carbon fiber filled materials give you a really nice look on the outer surface, but well, and really give you strong and rigid prints in the printing direction. But if you have a really generic load case which is going in all directions, it might not be the best material for that.
You might have the strength of the material as such without the carbon fiber.
Yeah. Okay. Channel video test. Why don't we see many quick change nozzles like for the like the 𝗘𝘃曉 3 for the maker market? So at Merv, there was actually one company who were showing their own new printer. I don't remember the name anymore. It's an open source printer which has exchangeable like tool heads, same as the 𝗘𝘃maker. Totally cool design. As I said, I don't remember the name. If anybody knows, please put it down in the description, in the comments. Nice system. I would really like to have something like that on one of these printers, and maybe I might go into that in the future. All right.
So at the end of the day?
So at the end of the day, could you maybe get to the camera again that we can get a close-up of the print? Something. Have you tried the Mosquito hot end? No, I haven't tried it so far. It looked really nice when I was taking a look at it at Merv, but didn't work on it so far. Okay. The print looks like almost perfect. Some stringiness right here. The surface is nice, the overhangs are nice. Right here it doesn't look perfect, but this was still the point where we were printing at that really fast speed, so I also don't really complain there. All in all, yeah, great printing results. Even though we've just been printing the Marvin right here. I will be printing more with this printer in the future, way more. And maybe there will be a review coming up in the future. If you're interested in that machine, check it out in the video description. There are some affiliate links to Banggood and AliExpress. It's currently sold for around $430 to $450. So quite a bit cheaper than, for example, the CR10S Pro. And so far, it looks really nice. We had some issues with the flat flex cable, but like plugging it out and putting it, putting the flat flex back in again, seemed to be solving the issue. 220 degrees, 220 volts heat bed is something nice, because that makes you, that enables you to print ABS on this machine without any issues, because it probably can get up to, like somebody said, 110 degrees Celsius in 5 minutes. That's something really nice.
Yeah.
24 volt system, so also the hot end works really nicely. Direct extruder, which is something really new on these machines compared to the other CR10 clones. And a really quiet system.
Yeah.
The only thing which is a little bit bothering is the fan from the electronics enclosure.
Yeah, which I don't really get, because they have such a great surface area on the bottom to put a larger fan in there. It doesn't have to come out of the side, I guess. But
so taking a look at the machine now in this like first unboxing, the only thing I would really change is putting a big fan in here.
Actually, it's just so bad to have. On every other printer, you wouldn't complain about that fan, but this printer is such a silent machine, except for the one single fan. And that's actually, it's sad.
Okay. So Jay is just telling me that they have changed the fan. Okay, that is really nice to know. Yeah. Otherwise, as I said before, it does have a volcano hot end, which means it's like this long hot end in comparison to the short V6 style ones, which especially helps you at high printing speeds. For such a machine, I'm totally honest, I would have preferred the normal style hot end, because that still usually works pretty well. This thing could really shine if you put 1.6 or 1.8 millimeter nozzle in there and print some really big figurines, because this printer would be able to handle that with the volcano hot end. Eric, resolution in Z is only 0.1 millimeters. Okay. It says, I don't know if that is really the physical limit of the machine, or if it's just the minimum layer thickness you should use. I usually don't print any thinner than 0.1, so that's okay for me. If the real Z resolution would be 0.1 millimeters, that would be a bummer, but I could hardly imagine, due to the stepper drivers they're using, they have micro stepping, that this thing can probably go down to 100 or even thinner than 1 millimeter.
I guess you have to make some compromises if you get a large C height, and if you would have a trapezoidal thingy that would be, the pitch would be so flat that it would take it half an hour to home if it's at the upper edge. Yeah. And as we have seen before, the Z-axis is moving quite fast, so this is a quite high-pitched lead screw. I think very comparable to the one of the Prusa. I think even a bit steeper pitched or something like that. Okay, I think that's it for today. As I said, I enjoyed using that machine, even though we had some issues. I will be using it more in the future. And if you guys have any questions about the machine, just leave them down in the comments until or when this video is just like in my library, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Otherwise, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us in the stream.
And thanks for having me again here.
You're
like
welcome.
Always, it is a pleasure to be here. And thanks for having all of you guys. We reached 500 people. 500 viewers.
That is crazy.
Which is awesome. We never had that before.
And sorry for only having one camera angle, but the other camera didn't really work that well, but that's gonna be better the next time. I hope you enjoyed it here in the kitchen. Let me know down in the comments if you would prefer my studio back back upstairs, or if you enjoy the look here in the kitchen. All right.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Have a great Sunday, or if you are somewhere in Australia, have a great week. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.